That came in pretty good from Colombia.
This meeting is
Hello, welcome to another edition of Capucchino Financiero. This is Jimmy Guerrero Silvalian from the city that doesn't sleep, from the city of Las Vegas, 24/7. What is Capucchino Financiero? Well, first of all, I want to thank Xavi Herrera, the founder of World Business Society, whose whole purpose is to unite one entrepreneur at a time via social sites, as simple as that. So big hugs to you, Xavi, in Bogota, Colombia. Thank you for creating this organization that's going to help us unite one entrepreneur at a time. And the second purpose of Capucchino Financiero is to teach you the fundamentals of being an intelligent, smart consumer. You don't have to pay full price. Not only that, you have to know how to manage your money so when you retire, you don't end up with $400 in your checking account. But in your younger years or in your mature years, you make sure that your money works for you so you can have a fantastic retirement. Not only that, in Capucchino Financiero, I'm going to teach you a lot of knowledge that your banker cannot teach you because he's too busy getting his sales quotas. But Jimmy Guerrero, 20 years in banking, is going to share that with you. Bienvenidos al programa de Capucchino Financiero. Tu servidor Jimmy Guerrero Silvalian, 20 años como ex banquero de Chase, Wells Fargo, entre otros. Un abrazo muy grande al ingeniero Xavi Herrera en Bogotá, Colombia, que está uniendo a través de las redes sociales un empresario a la vez. Xavi, un abrazo bien grande desde Las Vegas, Nevada. El propósito de Capucchino Financiero es a ti, empresario, conectarte no solo con Las Vegas, sino con el mundo entero en YouTube, en vivo y directo, una vez al mes en Capucchino Financiero con Jimmy Guerrero, tu banquero de Unified Financial Credit Union aquí en Las Vegas. Today, I have a very distinct pleasure to introduce some fantastic people. I know them for many, many years, at least 10 or more. But these people are fantastic because they represent what being an entrepreneur is all about. They started with nothing, they got old, they lost it, they're back again. What life is all about, full of challenges. But these entrepreneurs, they're amazing. This is what an entrepreneur is all about. Tengo el gusto de presentarles a una parejita, el señor y la señora Matthew Brown, unos empresarios que empezaron sin nada, llegaron a tener mucho éxito, lo perdieron todo y ahora están nuevamente emprendiendo, porque emprender es lo que ellos mejor saben hacer. Matthew, Mrs. Brown, welcome to Capucchino Financiero. Bienvenidos. ¿Cómo están? How are you?
It's our honor.
Our honor to be with you today.
I love you guys. Yo los quiero mucho. You guys are more than just professional contacts. You are like family to me. Ustedes son más que contactos profesionales, son como familia para mí. Welcome to Capucchino Financiero. Bienvenidos a Capucchino Financiero.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
So each one take a few minutes to tell us who you are and what are you doing, and let's start with that.
Okay, to start with, we have the largest Hispanic paper in the state of Nevada. And the reason we did that was 33% of the people in Nevada are Hispanic and no one's taking care of them. Our newspaper is online starting next month. As we've been in that business for 19 years, it will be bilingual, and then we will use QRs. Also, we have several products we're putting on there, all health products, over 150 health products. The best prices, don't put 8 or 10, we just put 1 or 2 of each. So there's, we keep it very simple. We have a 24-hour answering 7 days a week, and a live operator, and 20 languages starting March. So we've been in business for over 50 years. I've had a lot of companies, and talking to you, you knew some of those companies I used to own in California too.
Let me translate this, Dr. Brown, in Spanish for our Spanish audience. El Dr. Brown tiene, aunque no lo crean, tienen un periódico en español que se llama La Prensa. Es un periódico digital a las órdenes para ustedes. Y tiene también un almacén en línea, un almacén virtual de más de 100 productos. y tiene varios otros negocios más. Mrs. Brown, tell us a little bit about you. La señora Brown nos va a decir un poquito acerca de ella.
My goodness, Jimmy, I thought this was all about Mr. I don't know if you know very much of my background, but I come out of the entertainment and music business, recording, writing, piano composition, concerting, open for a number of, your large stars. Other than that, we've been together 45 years, and it has been a blessing every single day.
Yeah.
And I am continuing my music, working on that, and looking forward to coming out with a new album.
The CD.
Let me translate that in Spanish. La esposa del Dr. Brown viene del negocio del entretenimiento, del mundo de la música, del arte, y dice que se conocieron en el mundo del entretenimiento y que ella todavía sigue activa, que está ahorita planeando un nuevo álbum, una nueva canción, no ha dejado de ser artista. So, Dr. Brown, where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Detroit, and it's a good place to be far from. I was the first police officer under 6'2", and I was the second Jewish police officer in the United States because they didn't hire Jews, and they didn't hire anyone under 62. I was deep undercover for 1 year, 9 months, 18 days. I didn't care for that business too much. I got out of there.
Bueno, dice que tuvo una carrera legal policial, pero que él era como 1,80 m y pues en aquellos días era muy alto para ese tipo de negocio y que mejor prefiero hacer otras cosas. So, how do you get in the entertainment business, Dr. Brown? ¿Cómo entra usted al mundo del espectáculo?
Well, I started into the car business temporarily for 6 months. I stayed for 50 years. I owned several dealerships. I had the second Isuzu dealer in the United States in Oxnard. I had the MG dealership, the first antique dealership in history.
Let me translate. Because I want to do you justice. Okay. Dice que empezó vendiendo carros y a los 6 meses, pues ya se hizo famoso y que tuvo varias agencias de carros. Isuzu, right? Isuzu. What was the difference? Yeah. Isuzu. Varias agencias de Isuzu, and all over Southern California or in Oxnard?
Yes.
Oh, dice que en todo el sur de California. Que en Oxnard fue dueño de varias agencias de coches como Isuzu y que estuvo en ese negocio por 50 años como dueño de varias agencias de automóviles Isuzu. How did you get into the entertainment business, Mrs. Brown? ¿Cómo, señora Brown, cómo usted entra al negocio de entretenimiento?
Well, going all the way back, one day my husband heard me singing a cappella, no music in the background, and he just said, "Girl, you got something there." And we took it from there because he had previous experience with promoting concerts and knew a number of people in the music business, as well as some recording studios. And that was the beginning. And then from there, it just branched out.
Yeah, we did
you meet in Detroit, Michigan, or did you meet in California?
Nevada.
Dice la señora Brown. Dice la señora Brown que con el señor Brown, Robert Brown, se conocieron en Nevada, que ella cantaba muy bonito y resulta que el Dr. Brown él estaba en el mundo del entretenimiento. How did you get in the entertainment business, Dr. Brown, with the, I know you say you were in the entertainment business in promoting and all of that. How did you get involved with that?
Well, I started with Motown in Detroit. I worked for Berry Gordy for 6 months.
1 second. Dice el Dr. Brown que empezó con Berry Gordy, una leyenda de Motown clásica de la música del rock and roll aquí en los Estados Unidos. Y por ustedes que saben de música, ya saben quién es Berry Gordy y ya saben ustedes quién es Motown, ¿no? Entonces, él empezó como de promoviendo, empezó desde abajo. So go ahead, Dr. Brown. So you got involved.
Then I worked for Barry, and then he asked me to start booking concerts. So I started putting concerts together. I was a manager for the Coasters, sing Yakety Yak, Poison Ivy, Searching. I was a manager for Freddie Fender. A
Un
lot of big
momentito,
people.
para
Butch
ustedes que
Dorrells.
conocen la música mexicana, americana, Tex-Mex, Freddie Fender es una estrella de ese tipo, género de música, y él era él era el promotor de Freddie Fender. Para ustedes que les encanta la música Tex-Mex, la música tejana mexicana, él era el promotor. Y Barry, what's the last name of Barry from Motown? Gordy?
Pardon me?
What's the
Barry
name of
Gordy.
Barry Gordy? Él trabajó para esta leyenda
Motown
también de
Records.
Motown, Barry Gordy, y para conjuntos como los Coasters, de leyendas de rock.
He managed Motown. Yeah, he started Motown Records.
And then you managed.
Él empezó
Yeah,
la famosa empresa de música de Motown y de los discos de Motown. Fíjense ustedes. So, what are you doing now, Dr. Brown? After having success in so many different businesses, what are you doing now?
Well, I decided to go into the marketing. A lot of people have products, but they don't know how to sell them. And I've, out of all of my concerts, I've always been very successful because I kept things very simple. And when someone tells you can't do something, that's when you go to work. Nothing should ever stop. I love to work with young people. I tell them, if you can see it, you can dream it, you can do it. But you got
Fíjense ustedes.
pay
Let me translate this, Dr. Brown.
Yeah.
Because I want my Spanish audience to appreciate your work. So dice el Dr. Brown que, bueno, ya tuvo su época de gloria como dueño de agencias de coches, como promotor de música, con estas agencias de músicas importantes como es Motown en Estados Unidos. Son unas leyendas de esa agencia de música. Y ahora, en esta nueva época de su vida, está en la época tecnológica, como es un periódico hispano que se llama La Prensa, como son productos en una bodega en línea, y ahora está en la mercadotecnia digital. Para él, la edad no tiene barreras. So what I was just telling them was, to you, age is not a barrier. You have your share of success, your share of defeats, like Muhammad Ali. You get out at the count of 9 and you don't give up in life. And I'm saying in Spanish, so now you're trying the digital age and so forth. But what I'm interested in finding out, lo que yo estoy interesado en saber, you were telling me you grew up very poor in Detroit.
Very poor, yeah. I grew up in Detroit. We barely had anything to eat, and I came up the hard way. And the way I look at life, when you start at the bottom, you can only go to the top.
Dice el doctor Brown que era una minoría en Detroit. Y para los que no saben acerca de Detroit, del estado de Michigan, un estado de Michigan es donde están las compañías automotrices que han tenido subidas y bajadas, y cuando han tenido bajadas ha sido horrible. Pero él dice que desde pequeño él no se dejaba limitar, que dice que su familia apenas tenía para comer. Mas, sin embargo, él pensaba a lo grande, estilo Napoleon Hill. Think and grow rich. Piense y hágase rico como Napoleon Hill. Él ya tenía en su mente. He had it in his mind, even though he grew up very poor in Detroit. Right now, you're live on YouTube, Dr. Brown and Mrs. Brown. Let's start with you, Dr. Brown. What message do you have for people that, for whatever reason, whether it's COVID, maybe they don't have the tools, they don't have the money, the education, they don't have the experience. Supposedly our economy is doing well, but yeah, it's doing well for those people that have the connections, that have the knowledge, that have the education, that have the trade, the experience. They're doing well for them. But there's a lot of people right now that want a little bit better up in life, and they don't know where to start. What would you say, Dr. Brown, to those people that are watching us right now, in both the Anglo and the Hispanic community?
I would probably say, first place, don't hang around anyone negative. No negative people with intent to feed me. The second is, if you can dream it, you can see it, you can do it. You just got to figure out how you're going to do it. I've had many companies starting from nothing, took a little money, got investors together, invested in the correct, look around and see what is it in demand, what is it people want, and how can I fill their need? My dad told me when I was a kid, he said, you will always sell alcohol, cosmetics, and other things.
So
Jewelry, he
dice,
said,
let me
never,
translate this for you. Dice el doctor
yeah,
Brown que no te limites, que cambies el chip, que cambies la mentalidad. Aunque vivas debajo de un puente, sueña lo grande y esfuérzate por aprender, por juntarte con gente positiva, con gente visionaria, con gente de ambición, con gente de lucha y superación. No te limites, solo tú puedes limitarte. Especialmente hoy en día en el mundo, no importa dónde vivas, tú tienes la tecnología. What I'm saying is, in Spanish, to the Spanish audience, right now, they have a powerful weapon, which is technology. You no longer need to be
yeah,
in a developed world such as USA, Canada, Europe to try something, because technology is the great equalizer nowadays. You can literally be in the
yes,
Amazon River and you want to market your arts and crafts in a jungle at the Amazon River, and you can use the social media. You can use TikTok from the Amazon River to market your
yeah,
products and services. That's something that previous generations did not have. So that's a fantastic advice. Lo que dice el doctor Brown, que no te limites, porque hoy en día la tecnología te da esa herramienta que no tenían antes, que se llama los sitios sociales, donde puedes anunciarte en TikTok, en WhatsApp, en Facebook, en donde sea. Mrs. Brown, what message you would have for the young ladies, for the women nowadays, that they don't know where to start, but they want a little bit more out of life?
What I would like to convey to all of the young ladies and women out there today is, number one, be confident in thyself. Never give up. It all comes from your gut and your heart. So it's God first, self, family. And if I would like to share with you something bold, and I hope that you will understand. My mother always repeated it to me, and it is, cream always rises to the top. So never give up. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Age is immaterial.
Let me
Just
translate.
do it.
Let me translate real quick,
Dream
because
big.
this is fantastic. Lo que dice la señora Brown es que la crema va a subir por encima del vaso de la leche. Que, en otras palabras, los que quieren superarse van a salir de donde están, de medio del pantano, del desierto, del lago, del océano, de donde sea. Van a subir porque su deseo va a ser más fuerte que sus circunstancias. Dice ella que creas en un creador, que creas en Dios, que creas en los valores que te dio tu familia y creas en ti mismo y lánzate, porque ¿qué tienes que perder? My dear friends, I'm going to show you some financial education that you guys already know, but a lot of people in the audience may not know, on which the theme is credit. Mis queridos amigos, les voy a enseñar un tema que muchas personas lo saben como ustedes, pero algunas no. So I'm going to give a brief 5-minute presentation on credit. So let me see if my technology works. Give me 1 second, please. Deme un segundito para poner esta tecnología a su alcance. Can you guys see the screen?
yes, absolutely.
Fantastic, fantastico. So
Yes.
what I want to show you is what credit is, because, you know, I've been in banking, Mr. and Mrs. Brown, I've been in banking for over 20 years, and I have engineers, nuclear scientists, I don't know what credit is. Lo que les digo, mis queridos amigos, es que he estado en el mundo de la banca, de los bancos por más de 20 años, y puedo tener científicos de la NASA que no saben lo que es un crédito. So, if you want a car, if you want to buy a car someday, if you want to buy a house someday, if you need a loan for a business someday, it all starts with credit. Si quieres comprarte tu casa, si quieres comprarte tu camioneta, si quieres empezar un negocio con un préstamo de un banco, todo empieza con tu crédito. Si no, ¿para qué va a arriesgar el banco su capital? So you need to know how credit works. Necesitas saber cómo trabaja el crédito. There are 3 agencies that report credit every month to the banking institutions in the United States: Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. Hay 3 agencias de crédito que reportan tu crédito cada mes a los bancos. Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. The lowest score is 300. The highest is 850. El puntaje de crédito más bajo es 300, el más alto es 850. Now, when you start your credit, you're always going to be low around 500 or so, and you need to build your credit. But don't worry. You can go to your favorite bank and start with a secure credit card to bring your credit up. El crédito más bajo es 300, el más alto es 850. Si quieres empezar tu crédito, no te preocupes, vas a tu banco favorito y empiezas con una tarjeta asegurada donde pones $500, $300 de tu propio dinero como fianza para que te sueltan esa tarjeta. Si vives aquí en Las Vegas, ven a verme a Unified Financial Credit Union con un depósito de 500, te soltamos una tarjeta de crédito para que empieces a tu crédito. If you live in Vegas, come and see my Unified Financial Credit Union with $500 deposit. We can give you a secure credit card and you can start your journey of getting your credit up. So that's what it means. Now, how does it work once you obtain credit? Ahora, ¿cómo funciona cuando tú ya tienes tu crédito? So, every month, the credit score goes up or down depending on how you pay and many other things. Tu puntaje de crédito cada mes baja o sube dependiendo en varias cosas. For instance, let me tell you this. Credit mix. That's something that most of us don't understand until we become involved with as consumers. Por ejemplo, los diferentes tipos de crédito es algo que no entendemos hasta que empezamos a consumir. 10% of your credit score has to do with the credit mix. 10% de tu puntaje de crédito tiene que ver con tu variedad de crédito. Many people have the wrong idea that if I have 5, 10 credit cards, my credit score next month is going to jump up. That's the wrong idea because it's going to go down. It's not having 10 of the same thing that brings you credit up. It's having a variety that brings you credit up. Lo que le estoy diciendo a los Brown es que no es que tienes que tener 5 tarjetas o 10 del mismo tipo. No. Lo que te ayuda a subir tu crédito es tener un préstamo de un carro, de una casa, de un coche, de un celular, etcétera, etcétera. Es la variedad la que te sube, no teniendo el mismo tipo de crédito. The other 15% of your credit score has to deal with the length of credit history. El otro 15% tiene que ver el tiempo que tienes tu crédito. ¿Cuánto tiempo tienes tu crédito? A big chunk of your credit score, 30%, is how you utilize your credit. El 30% de tu puntaje tiene que ver cómo utilizas tu crédito. If you have $30,000 in credit card, don't use the whole $30,000 because the next month your credit is going to take a dive and be 500, 300, whatever. Try, if you get it all, try to pay it as much as you can the next month so you can keep your credit up. Lo que le estoy diciendo a los Brown es que si tienes $30,000 en tus tarjetas de crédito, no gastes todos los 30,000, porque el próximo mes se te va a bajar a 500 y te puede demorar de 6 meses a un año a subir tu puntaje. So it could take you 6 months to a year to get back to 700 or higher if you use all 30,000 of your credit that's open. Try to use no more than 1/3 within reason. Trata de usar no más de una tercera parte para que tu crédito siempre esté fuerte. The next thing is payment history. El próximo puntaje es tu historial de crédito. 35% of your credit score has to deal with your payment history. You know, we're a country of risk. We're a country of taking entrepreneurial steps, and our history is always going to be up and down because life is like that. But it's very important to understand that 35% of your credit score has to do with how you pay it. 35% de tu puntaje tiene que ver cómo tú lo pagas. You know, sometimes, and I was talking with my sister the other day on this, many people think that, oh, well, you know, I'm upset with the utility company. I'm upset with the credit cards. They're going to get it from me. And how they're going to get it from me is I'm going to pay whenever I want to. A month later, 2-3 months later, I don't care. Well, wrong, because $100, $1,000, $5,000 in the bank, how much interest are you going to get on that? Nothing. If you pay late your utilities, that the next month you're going to pay $35 plus what you owe. Multiply $35 times 12. Can you imagine? That's money away from your business. That's money away from your college education. That's money away from your gas, etc., etc. You're not getting even with them. They're taking advantage of you because you have the wrong chip. Pay that on time, because even $1,000 in the bank is not going to give you back that $35 late fee that you're going to get it. Get even with them by understanding how credit works. And then once you have a strong credit, you can shop around for the lowest interest rate loan. That's how you get even with them. Not by paying late, okay? So I'm going to stop there because I just wanted people to have a basic understanding of how the credit score is done in the USA. Voy a parar en este momento porque no quiero enseñarles 20 años en 20 segundos. En el próximo programa hablaremos más. In the next program, I will talk about what is a bankruptcy, what is Chapter 13, how you get out of that and start building your credit again. Because I don't want to take the whole program in talking about 20 years of banking experience in 2 minutes or 20 minutes. It's not fair for my audience. It's not fair for anybody. So this was my educational piece for today. Esta es mi parte educativa de hoy día. There you go. We're back in action, I guess. I hope you like this little PowerPoint on credit.
Very nice.
Absolutely.
Very nice. Very informative.
Yes. And the younger generation needs all the help they can get.
Absolutely.
So, for people that want to know a little bit about how to understand business once you're in it, how to navigate through the hard rainstorms of business, how to continue in it, how can people get in touch with you? So what I wanted you to do is take your time. I'm very slow. Let us know, because remember, we're live. So I want people to understand your phone number, your email address, your social page, your social site for those interested that want to know a little bit of your wisdom on business and business success. How can they get hold of you? Dr. Brown.
Well, the easiest way is I have 324 web pages on Facebook. And you can go to Dr. Robert Brown, or you can go to the Nevada, or you can go to Roberto Mateo. And a lot of people know, if you're a minority, you have $1.2 million to borrow, and you don't pay it back. It's a grant. You just have to have a real good bank. You don't have to have a lot of money. You have very little money. But what you need to have is a real good business plan. And in that business plan, you have to tell the people that you're going to hire and train minorities.
He wants to know how to locate you.
And how to locate me is you can
Dr.
go to
Brown, give me your
OneNetPack.
phone number so I can put on under your name here technologically. What is your phone number?
702.
Give me 1 second.
46. Okay. Yeah, 702 460
460
1360.
1360. Give me 1 second. And on Facebook, you're under M. Brown, R. Brown.
Dr. Robert Brown.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
There you go. As you can see, by the magic boom of technology, you don't have to say Alibaba or anything like that, or Open Sesame. By the magic of technology, I just put Dr. Brown's information underneath their picture, their live picture, their live cam. So it's Matthew Brown, as you can see. Can you guys see it?
Yes,
702 460 1360 is under their view, is under the picture. Dr. Robert Brown is on Facebook. Correct. So you have no excuses saying that you didn't hear it well, the audio was poor, because I put their information under their video. Matthew Brown, 702 460 1360, Dr. Robert Brown on Facebook. Can you guys see it, what I just wrote?
Also, I have a website called on Facebook. It's laprensanv.com.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
Okay.
La Prensa.
Sí.
Okay, so on Facebook, I'm writing it down right now.
Okay.
Boom. There you go. By the power of
That's
magic.
it.
There you
Perfect,
go.
perfect.
We made it happen. You can get in touch with Dr. Brown, Matthew Brown, 702-460-1360, Dr. Robert Brown, La Prensa on Facebook. That's how you can get in touch of the Browns. So
Yes.
before we end
Okay.
this fantastic get together, this fantastic conversation, Dr. Robert and Matthew Brown, Mr. and Mrs. Brown, what are some parting words for my audience on how to be successful in life, whether it's through the ups and downs, whether you have a lot of money, little money, or maybe you don't have nothing right now, but you want something out of life, or if you're already successful, but you don't know how to expand. Let's start with Dr. Brown. Let's go for it.
Okay. Expanding can get you in a lot of trouble. I started with one business and I turned it into 8. Sometimes you expand too fast.
Let me
And
translate.
there's
Time out.
yeah.
Dice el Dr. Brown que si tú creces demasiado rápido, podrías traerte graves consecuencias rapidísimo porque él tuvo 8 negocios. Go ahead.
Yes, and never look back. My grandfather told me when I was a kid, if you aren't making any mistakes in life, you are not succeeding. You have to pay for your mistakes. Never give up, never look back. When I go into a new day, I do not take anything negative from yesterday. You got a fresh new day. I pray every day to God to guide me and to look out for me, and I pray for my family and I pray for my wife. You have to believe in God, number one, because He is the guy who keeps you on your feet. And if you're going to do something, take it very serious. Don't do it halfway or don't bother, but take it. And there's a lot of opportunities out there. And I think that if you have too much education, it can hurt you because you look for reasons not to do it. And people don't have a whole lot of education, don't know they can't.
Now,
That's right.
say it again, but in a shorter version so I can translate it.
Okay. Otherwise, always think positive. There's always a way if you want to do something. You just have to do the research.
Un ratito, one moment. So el Dr. Brown dice que toma tu tiempo, investiga bien, pregunta bien, prepárate bien, escucha bien, busca ayuda en lugares seguros de confianza, pero tómate tu tiempo. Go ahead, Dr. Brown.
Yes, and never look back for 1 minute because you can't change anything in life. You have to go forward.
No
Sometimes
vivas
you
en el
go 10 feet
pasado,
back.
vive en el presente y en el futuro, porque mirar en el pasado te inmoviliza, te paraliza y nunca haces nada. What else?
And you never know when the door's going to open. You just got to be prepared and keep your eyes open because sometimes it's right in front of you and it's so simple, you miss it. You can miss it. Life is very simple.
Dice que la vida es muy sencilla, que no te pongas tan pensativo, indeciso, paralizado. Tómate tu tiempo, investiga bien, pero acciona, porque sin accionar, si no tomas riesgos, nunca pasa nada. How about you, Mrs. Brown? What advice you have for people nowadays that they are a little bit lost? Everything is happening so fast. Technology, time doesn't seem to be as long as it used to be. People right now are a little confused. They don't know what to do. What advice do you have for them?
Well, change happens very quickly. And if you go back in history, when I was in school, we had to learn to write and we had a lot of books. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have Google to do all of our research with. So you just have to continue to move forward. Bring yourself back to center. Move slowly forward. Just be confident in yourself, and really don't allow yourself to listen to too many people wanting to input their life history into your direction. Be confident in yourself and just move forward. Stay grounded. And what else can I say? Is just remain positive and confident.
Dice la señora Brown que tenemos que centrarnos y mirar mucho a la izquierda, a la derecha, que no escuchemos a voces negativas, que tenemos que tomar la vida con calma, lanzarnos, tomar riesgos, pero tampoco alocarnos y no estar cerca de gente negativa. So you heard it from these champions. I mean, they are amazing people. It would take me all day to really digging deeper into their professional lives, their business lives, entrepreneurial lives, and they're so humble. It's unbelievable. I mean, most people in their lifetimes will not have one dealership, much less 8. So they're legends in their own time, in our own time. Lo que estoy diciendo en español es que el señor y la señora Brown de la prensa en Facebook, Matthew Brown, 702-460-1360, Dr. Robert Brown, la prensa en Facebook, han tenido 8 concesionarias de coche, por si fuera poco, de auto, y muchos negocios, aparte de su carrera que es en Motown, de esa compañía disquera legendaria. Y bueno, en fin, ellos tienen una historia empresarial increíble. Pero como ellos dicen, hay que centrarse y conectarse con la gente ganadora, no con la perdedora, ganadora, sin ofender a nadie. So what I was trying to say in Spanish is that people have to be centered. They have to hang around positive people, not negative people.
Yes.
Not with losers, but with winners. Not offending, because the word loser could mean so many very things. You can be
Yes.
a winner in something and losing another one, because it's part of life. But what I'm trying to say is people should try to get mentors like Mr. and Mrs. Brown, because they know the whole pizza. They know all the flavors, the good ones, the bad ones, the indifferent ones, and they know how it's made. That's why they need to contact Mr. and Mrs. Brown. 702-460-1360, Dr. Robert Brown, La Prensa on Facebook.com. If you live in Las Vegas and you want a banker with experience that's going to help you with smart tips on how to really use credit to your favor, not the institution's favor. If you need somebody that's going to help you get your finances squared away so they can work for you, not against you, here in Las Vegas, contact me. I work for Unified Financial Credit Union as a banker. You can call me at 805-216-1542, gtrovador771@aol.com. You can email me. And also, if you're an entrepreneur and you're looking at this program and you want to be in this program, it will cost you $0. I do not charge to have an entrepreneur that wants to share the knowledge, their tools, their wisdom with the other entrepreneurs, not only in Las Vegas, but in the whole world, because this program is being broadcasted live on YouTube on the World Business Society, WBS. Right now, we're live on YouTube on the World Business Society YouTube channel. I invite all the small business owners, wherever they're from. If you're in Las Vegas, you have an opportunity to announce yourselves for free in my program. You have to call me 805-216-1542, gtrovador771@aol.com, so you can meet real amazing people like Mrs. and Mr. and Mrs. Brown, people that already know what it is to be an entrepreneur, how to be successful, how to lose it all, and how they never stop dreaming to get back again on top of their game. So this is Jimmy Guerrero, Sid Balian on Capucchino Financiero through the World Business Society once a month on the last Saturday of every month at 1 p.m. Las Vegas, 4 p.m. Mexico, Colombia, Ecuador, and many other countries, live in English and Spanish, because if there is an entrepreneur, there is World Business Society, Jimmy Guerrero, Capucchino Financiero, that's here to connect you one entrepreneur at a time. Si eres empresario en el mundo entero, Las Vegas, Estados Unidos, donde sea, tienes tu canal favorito, que es Capucchino Financiero with Jimmy Guerrero here in Las Vegas. A tu servicio, at your service. I hope this is not the last time, Mr. and Mrs. Brown, that you visit me on Capucchino Financiero. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you because you voluntarily participating in this program. Voluntarily, you took your valuable time on a Saturday to be on this program. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you so much because you have given us so much wisdom. Lo que le quiero decir es a la audiencia que el señor y la señora Brown, unas personas increíblemente extraordinarias, han tomado su tiempo este sábado en Las Vegas, en la ciudad que no se duerme, para participar en Capuchino Financiero y compartir con nosotros esa sabiduría de la vida como ellos los han tenido. I hope
Well,
you
Jimmy,
can
we
join us again.
appreciate you and thank you from the bottom of our heart. We love you.
Thank you so much, Jimmy.
I
It's
am so
truly been an
lucky.
honor.
I am so
We love
lucky to
sharing.
know you, to love you, and to have you as my favorite customers at Unified Financial Credit Union, and not only with them, but in my other institutions that I work for as well. So I'm looking forward to invite you later on again to find out how your project is doing with La Prensa, with your products online, and the other endeavors that you're doing at this
We're all
stage
family.
of your fantastic entrepreneurial career.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you,
We
Jimmy.
appreciate you.
Thank
Que
you.
estoy diciendo en inglés es que vamos a invitarlos de nuevo de aquí en unos meses para ver cómo está avanzando su negocio en la prensa, su negocio digital, su negocio de productos, porque ellos no dejan de soñar. Si eres un soñador, Jimmy Guerrero, Sid Balian en Capuchino Financiero. If you're a dreamer, Jimmy Guerrero, Capuchino Financiero, once a month is waiting for you. Give me a call, send me a text.
Thank you.
Get in touch with the Browns. Until next time.
Thank you. Muchas gracias, señor.